Hey everybody, welcome to our YouTube channel.
Hi.
Yeah, this is Charles.
And I'm Latia.
And we are Marriage to Third Ring. As you can see, we have a little bit of a different platform kind of going on today. But this is all for the growth of, Marriage to Third Ring, our channel, our audience. So we want to make sure things are bigger and better, as we proceed with our ministry. So thank you again for tuning in. I do know that few people are tapping in right now, but we appreciate y'all for taking your time out of your evening. And most people, like myself, just got off of work. So we appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
Yes, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. Please share it because it's not on social media. It's not on Facebook or the Instagram platform. You can just copy the link and share it in your text messages, and they can click on it and go to YouTube.
So the way YouTube kind of works, you see the three dots. Click the three dots. You click share. You can copy it. You can send it by text message. You can post the link directly to Facebook. But definitely, so make sure you please go ahead and share this video, like, comment, subscribe, do all that, because we want to again grow our YouTube channel so we can reach a lot of people. So we thank y'all for helping us out with that. So today, again, this is our Marriage Mondays.
Yes.
Latia came up with the idea for March 4th to do something different and to get back. She's rolling her eyes at me.
No, I was thinking about something.
But to get back to doing our marriage lives, this is definitely something near and dear to us because we know that marriages are under attack, but marriages are healthy and thriving as well too if you use the proper tools. So we want to make sure that we're still learning and growing ourselves, but we want to make sure that if you need these tools, you have access to them.
Amen. Well, actually, what I was thinking about when my husband thought I was rolling my eyes is because we actually used to do Marriage Mondays. So a little bit about Marriage to Third Ring. We have been established since 2015. Me and Charles have been married since 2002. So this year we are approaching 21 years on August the 17th. And it was laid on our hearts because we realized we had no one to teach us how to be married or, to go through with the process with different things, a lot of bumping your head, getting back up. So our goal was we started ministry first off to help one another, help ourselves, and then also to be a blessing to someone else and someone else's marriage. Because as we know, being with somebody forever, you take them vows to say, I do for the rest of your life, to death do you part. And so, and that means you have to learn how to live with that person.
Yeah.
You have to learn how to grow with that person. If you chat back through some of our blogs, we have done blogs. We have done lives. If you scroll down this YouTube channel, you will see lives over the years. But one of our blogs, I think it was growing, growing with your spouse, because me and Charles were 21 when we got married. Now we are, I want to say 25, but
we're a little older.
We're in our 40s. Like I'm about to be 42. He's 42. Even though he likes to rock the gray, but
this is genetics.
But that is 20 years of learning, and I wouldn't want to have the same person. I wouldn't want him to be the same person I met when we were both in college and when we were 21 or 22. So, so you want to be able to grow with one another. You want to be able to, and you don't want it the same person. So we talked about that. So that's what birthed our Marriage Mondays.
Yes.
That's what birthed Marriage to Third Ring. Sorry. That's what birthed Marriage to Third Ring. And
as you see behind us, you see our book, Why is My Marriage So Important to God? We've been through a lot of different things together. One that birthed the book. And then, we celebrated our anniversary, our 18th anniversary a couple years ago. Pastor Brown officiated the ceremony in our favorite place. What's our favorite place to you?
Jekyll Island.
Jekyll Island. That's our favorite place. So when we retire, that's where we're gonna go. So
you telling Trey secrets?
But that is our favorite place.
Yeah,
We
I
love.
might not want them to find
Uh,
us. I'm just
she wants to
playing.
disappear in Jack. No, but it was a beautiful ceremony. But it meant more than just something to do because it was our 18th anniversary. It was more of like a kind of a growing up, coming out kind of party thing for us because we realized over the years that marriage is important and it's something definitely you want to fight for and strive for. I saw a video on Facebook the other day, and a gentleman was talking about how some people think that marriage is the goal. Marriage is the starting lineup. That's not the goal. That is a goal, but it's not the goal. The goal in marriage is to die together, die still married. And when you think about it in that respect, that this is the person that I'm willing to put it all on the line for. Um, and that I think that thought alone is scary because um, there's a lot of unknowns in life. There's a lot of unknowns in marriage too, but it comes with a lot of being faithful to each other. It comes with being faithful to yourself and trusting God to know that whatever you guys go through, you'll go through it together. And all things work together for the good of them that love the Lord and according to His purpose. So, regardless of what you go through, if you stay together, you stay true to each other, and stay true to God, I believe that He will make everything all right for you.
That's good. That's good. Yes, I heard him saying the starting point about is to die, and it was interesting because randomly, I'm in the healthcare field. So last night, I think I told him I don't like the dark, so I didn't think I wanted to be buried and don't want to be burned. So I said, "Can you just mummify me and let me just stay in the house?" He told me no.
I said, I said, and then she said, "What if I get up?" I said, "You can have the whole house. I won't fuss and argue with it. You get up and you a mummy. The house is yours. Don't even worry
But
about
it
it."
just made me think when he said that and he doesn't like when I have those random conversations at night. But yeah, so that's a little bit background. So that was 2015, and I think at that time we were under actually Pastor Murphy over at New Bethel, but it's just amazing. Like they were even had an amazing marriage ministry, and it was just we wanted to just be able to embark on people that might not have those tools, might not have what marriage looks like in front of them. And even though we give tools, we always say that no marriage is the same.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things where you eat the meat and spit out the bones. There's some things that might work, and then some things you realize is not going to work. We've had people talk about finances. There's some couples that have separate accounts,
Mm-hmm.
and there's some couples that have the same account or an account for bills, and then you have your own accounts. So it's just, but the tools we give you is not set in stone. Of course, we give principles because marriage, the third ring is God, keeping Him in your marriage. Because if you keep Him in your marriage, you can get through anything. So that is that is the third ring. Somebody's like, is this like a third eye? Like so, over the years, we've had to explain that third ring. And our scripture. See, I got how good Charles remembers. Ecclesiastes.
4 and 12.
Yes, because it's a three-strand cord. It's not easily broken.
We normally have You wish you could do this. We normally have a sign, but we kind of, like I said, kind of changed our layout a little bit.
Oh yeah.
We normally have a sign that says that very scripture on the wall, but that is our underlying theme of marriage the third ring. That when you keep God in the middle, so it's you plus your spouse plus God.
Yes, so that is the background of Marriage to Third Ring. We didn't want to keep y'all, but we have new people that have come along the way. Like I said, that was 2015. This is 2013. So
This is
that's
2013.
no Jesus. This is
This is
2023.
2023.
Y'all bear with me.
She baits.
So yeah, this is 2023. So that is 8 years of just helping and growing and
And you guys saw the intro video. That was from our most recent events. That was from Damascus. That was in October 2020.
I think we had a couple of bits in there.
2022. Anyway, the event, we do like to throw events. So we'll invite couples. It's not just the hey, let's sit down and drink something and eat something and party. No, it's something that we definitely want to make sure that you're walking away with nuggets. So anything that Marriage the Third Ring does, it's always going to be to impart some a little bit of wisdom that we have um, onto you into your marriage. And it's like she said, tools. Everything's situational, but tools are situational. So use them in best practice for you in your relationship in your marriage.
Yes, and we're not gonna, keep you long. Some people just came on as I
Shay.
stated that
Yeah,
if you,
Shay, it was fun.
and yes, it was the other link. We were YouTube link switched it up on us.
So yeah, like I said, this is different. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But we are switching to YouTube, so it's a little bit learning curve for me since I'm the tech guy. So I'll apologize if you clicked on the wrong link. We will be better in the future. How about that? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you good. You already explained it, but it's okay. Um, he wants to be thorough, but yeah, no. So as we were saying before, as I was saying, if you do scroll down through our YouTube channel, if this is your first time coming along after this live, you will see other. There's couple interviews. There's other things that we have, So and always go to mt3r.net. You'll check out our blog and different things like that.
Speaking of mt3r.net, coming up on there, if you were to go visit after this video, you will see that we are hosting another event coming up this year. It is almost locked in, so there are a couple of cabins, I think maybe 2 cabins left. So this is our ICU marriage cruise. See if you want to go. Contact us after this video.
And I'm gonna see what I can do because we did have for the deposit to begin in January. There is a way I can maybe get a couple more cabins. And I know we did it early because I wanted to make sure we were able to get the best price available. It's a very short cruise. If you have never cruised before, don't worry. You still get to do your excursion. You still get to hang out in the Bahamas. But there are times that we'll come together on the ship and have our event. So there's meeting places that we have already secured on the ship. So we have room to just be together. And then also you can go and do things. The ship is open though for other families. That's why I said let me know because there is room still on the ship. I just have to try to pull them into our package to make sure you can get the package deal. But just keep me posted and you get to use your points and all that good stuff if you are ever cruised with Carnival. So and it's leaving out of Orlando, Florida, December 15th through the 18th. So yes, like Charles was saying, just let us know. We do want to make it be able to be. We like to keep it intimate with not a big thing a couple sometimes, especially for some events like this, because you come together, you connect together, and we want to make sure everybody is getting the adequate time that they need.
Right. It's like, you go to the class, you go to school, and they make sure the class sizes were small or at least manageable. We want to make sure that our events are manageable. We don't want to grow too large where, someone doesn't feel like they're getting the attention or the information that they need to help themselves grow and succeed. But definitely, again, comment on the YouTube comment section if you're interested, or go ahead and email info@mt3r.net if you're interested. We'll try to go ahead and secure an additional cabin for you. I have to see what I
can do. Yes.
So yeah. Go ahead and do that.
Also, there will be a few more events coming up. This year's a little bit tight with some things that's going on. Our schedules are tight, but there will be a few more events coming up. Some might be virtual, some will be in person, just throughout the year. It's very important that we keep that unity together.
Absolutely. And again, this is what Marriage the Third Ring is all about. Unity, communication, and connection. So we're going to make sure that we're, fulfilling that service for you guys.
Yes, and we might have some surprises for you. So don't forget, subscribe to this page, share it. But if you subscribe and hit the bell, then you'll be notified when we go on live, in case you forget. Because sometimes I forget that, I got to go on live. So, so yes, and it pops up on my phone. I'm like, let me get something together. So, yes. So tonight, let's kick it off. We're not going to be long. we just want to talk about, first of all, and we did this a long time ago, so we're going to revisit this as we are kicking off in this month of March. We've had January, a lot of different people have been on consecrations, new starts. We want to know about, why do you feel like people do not come to marriage events, or like to go to, we are certified marriage coaches. Let me just put that out there. We are certified
I didn't
marriages.
know that flyer.
We are certified marriage coaches. So we do virtual coaching and different things like that. So we never say we're counselors. I never take away from those accreditations of people that they have, but we are coaches. But there are people that won't see a counselor, that won't see a coach, that won't even go to an event. So why do you think that people do not go to those events? If you could let us know and text it in.
So it's like a football player that doesn't see their coach before hopping on the field. Like, you might know how to play football. You might have seen somebody else play football, but like I said before, everything's situational. And a coach who may or may not have been through that, same situation before, can give you advice. So it's definitely better to listen to counsel, not just counsel, but wise counsel.
That's the key, because a lot of times we won't run to people that have been trained or have been into it, or even have your best interest at heart, but you'll run to your single girlfriend or your single guy friend that you want to vent to, but they don't understand it, so they're going to tell you what they feel like telling you. But you can't say that that's wise, because they might not have been through that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now I won't even say that people that's divorced can't do it, because honestly, there's some people that's divorced that they know what happened when they were married. But sometimes you go to people that's never been married to give you stuff, or people that don't even like their spouse. Because sometimes you got to read the room. You ask for God to give you a spirit of discernment so you can understand. Because if every other word is run, they can't stand their spouse. Every other word is yelling and fussing. Why are you running to them when you have a problem in your marriage? Are they going to really be able to help you? So that's one of my things. So you want to give anything on that before I say something? Okay, so my biggest thing is, we don't wait till we're sick. We should not wait till we're sick to go to the doctor or go to the dentist. If you wait till your tooth is hurting when you go to that dentist, then they're going to have to give you it's going to cost you more money, I'll tell you that much. They're going to have to fill a cavity. They're going to have to, and Lord, I spend so much money at the dentist. They're going to have to fill it. They're going to have to pull it, root canals, all of this stuff. I need some implants right now. But if you wait until that is a problem, then that is a problem. We call it marriage mosquito sometimes. If that mosquito is just nicking at you, you've got a little mosquito that's bugging you, you might just you might be like, okay, you're swatting the mosquito away. Ooh, let me put some little alcohol on this. That little mosquito bit me. I'm going to swat it away. But then you keep on letting it, and now you done had a reaction to that mosquito bite. And so my thing is, if you had just addressed it, go spray some off or something, put a citronella candle or something to keep the mosquito away, or to handle the problem, spray the bush or wherever the mosquitoes are coming from, cut the grass, then you could have handled the situation. So why wait until those mosquitoes become big moths or something that now you don't know how to get bumblebees? Look, mosquitoes right there to turn into a moth.
How do we get from mosquitoes to moths?
Because they're bigger. It's them bees that everybody's running away from right now since the weather has changed. But yes, or if you wait until you go to the doctor when something is sick, there is things, now your blood pressure might be high, or now your blood sugar might be high. So now you have to pay for medicine, and it's going to cost more. If you're having a heart problem, you might have to actually have heart surgery, which you could have did something if you were doing your annual checkups to prevent it.
Mm-hmm. No, what she's saying is absolutely right. You don't want to wait until the check engine light comes on to see if what you heard is actually what you heard in your marriage. For the most part, if you heard something in your marriage, you check up on it when you hear it. So if I know she's frustrated and upset about something, I'm not going to wait until months down the road. She's like, okay, well, you're not listening, paying attention to me. Well, if I know she's frustrated and about something, listen to the cues that she's giving you, and listen not only just in with your ears, but respond in her love language, not your own. We kind of had a conversation about that earlier. I'm not gonna go into because, but you got to respond in a way that she's gonna respond to, or he's gonna respond to. Responding in someone's love language doesn't mean, oh, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this thing for you. I don't really want to do it for you, but you have to do it earnestly in your heart to convey that feeling of, oh, I care about you, so I'm gonna do it for you in this way.
That's true. And because y'all know I'm honest, I'm gonna help y'all out a little bit. No, just a little bit. So for instance, no, my husband, I don't know if any of you ever follow our personal social medias. My husband is a social media person. He loves to share. He's very open. Like he loves to tell y'all everything. He's happy, he's go lucky, and he loves to tell the world, which is fine. Me, I talk a lot. I do, but I'm very close to keeping certain things to myself. And sometimes he likes to share it. So that's sometimes what he's talking about because he might do something that'll be on social media, which me is like, oh, that's so cute and thank you. But at the same time, I would appreciate like, hey, go buy me a steak dinner or something, because, but that was his act of service, but it's just a different act of service than I would appreciate. But I do learn to, know those things too, because that's also good to be able to show it. So that was what he was talking about when we had the conversation about love languages, because I do like acts of service,
but I realized, and I realized that she didn't. I'm not gonna say she didn't appreciate it. She didn't appreciate it the way that I thought she would appreciate it. Cause okay, so I'm not gonna say what it is. But she didn't appreciate.
He wanted me to. I don't show emotion like that. Did you want me to be like, oh my God, thank you, honey?
No, I mean I just wanted to be like, I thank you, I appreciate you, but I didn't get that, and that's okay.
I said thank you
after the fact.
No,
but it's okay. It's okay. But the fact of the matter is, I know that wasn't her love language, and I should have been more responsible with the way that I decided to express my feelings for her in something that she. Cause I don't want the last thing you ever want to do, and this is probably what happens in a lot of marriages, that a spouse goes and does something extravagant, extraordinary for their spouse, and it's not received in the way that they feel like it should be received. So in turn, instead of them taking what should be a joyous moment, they're responding in their love language. Like, so when I went to Phoenix, so what would you do? You like cleaned the room and you had you clean like washed the sheets.
Oh, that was a long time. Not this time before. A long time ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know what you meant when I tried to clean up when I cleaned up everything.
So I appreciate it, but my love language is quality time. But she did all that, burned herself out, and then was tired, and didn't have quality time for me. So but like I said,
he ain't never got to worry about me cleaning up again. But I'm saying, no. But no, but no.
But the point is, you want to respond in a way that your spouse is going to perceive love and care and affection. But if you're going to respond in your own love language, that's not something they may say, "Oh, that's nice," but that's not their love language, so they're not going to give you what you're looking for.
And if y'all see it bouncing, I'm sorry. We have a new setup, and I am shaking this table.
She's over here shaking
but
the table.
and we switched a little because we talk about marriage check-in, but this all goes with marriage, and y'all know we'll get y'all back there. But and like he said, because honestly, I think I went and grocery shopped. I cleaned up all this stuff, and I am not domesticated like that. But I did all of this because if I come home. Oh my God, you wash them dishes? Like, yes. But for him, he would have probably, I could do some Salisbury steak or lasagna in the oven, in the stove first, long as I had time to chill with him. Mm-hmm. But that, so I was tired now, and so that time I was like, because then, because he would have received it different. That was a good one. And then one time, I think a long time ago, I think we were dating, and we were at my cousin's church in Warren, Ohio, and he got up to sing happy birthday to me in front of everybody.
And I'm not a singer. I mean, I can harmonize a little bit, but I'm not a singer.
But he did. That was so nice of him, right? And so sweet. Now, y'all don't hold me accountable, but I did walk out because I was embarrassed.
She left
Because
me at the altar.
because I just wasn't expecting him to do this big old grand gesture. So a lot of times I'm not great with grand gestures. So that just goes with some of them things. I don't know how we got there and he let me go there. But getting back to our subject on marriage check-ins. So our main thing
Well,
was
no,
just
the check-in was responding.
that's true.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true. And y'all see how all of it ties together? Because guess what? If we didn't do that check in earlier, because first I was like, oh, how did you take something and make it about you?
I would have been on this live
Ne-
mad because the effort and energy I gave wasn't reciprocated. So yeah, I really had to, like, before we were live, I really have to say, you know what, I'm sorry, I didn't respond in your love language. So then I told her I'd get a car for $50.
Better than a Walmart flowers. But no, I'm glad he got his life together. But no, but that because we had. But guess what? We revisited because we could have just been like, y'all know, I'll get on this live and and be just hey, we're gonna give y'all some information. But if you don't do those check-ins, guess what? That's some. I'm a communicator, so even though he's a person that likes to shut down sometimes. I will communicate to get to the bottom of something because I don't want it to. He knows I'll tell him in a minute. Life is so precious and so short. I never want us to, the last thing we do is have a disagreement with one another and something happens. And so, and that's what you remember from that encounter. And so you let that one moment take that. So for me, no, before we leave this spot, let's go ahead. Now we might breathe for a minute. I might send an email or write my thoughts down because if I'm upset and I'm up here, he's really going to shut down. So you both have to come. You got to know how to speak to your spouse, but also you got to be like, okay, what's going on? Let's talk about this. Let's work it out. Sometimes you might have to bring your pencil and paper to the check-in. I'm a pencil and paper girl. He's IT, so he likes everything digital. Me, I got a tablet right now because I will write all day long. So, but yeah, so those are all part whatever, but I know what to say. So those are all part of a marriage check-in. Any questions on that? I think it's a chat. I can't see it on here. But any questions or anything on checking in? Like if there's always let us know if there's any time you don't know how to check in with your spouse, because sometimes you got to be creative. Because you might have a spouse that don't like to talk. My spouse does not like to talk sometimes if he's upset.
And I'm scared to check in, for real, for real.
Why are you scared to check in?
Because if I check in, well, and then the conversation never ends.
That's so. But are you checking in?
Hey, I'm being honest.
Okay, so are you checking
No,
in?
I do check in, but like sometimes it's like you see the pool and it's cold. You like to dip a toe in, like.
So question, okay, y'all, are you checking in just to appease me and do a check off on your list?
It's not a check.
Or do you check in to really want to know? But
because I do care.
If that rabbit hole goes too deep, then you like, dang it, let me hurry up and run out the other way.
What did you say about the bees earlier? Like you see one bee around, and if you don't get rid of the nest, it's a whole bunch of bees.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a bunch of bees outside our house right now, but. Like I know it's a bee there, so I'm trying to address the bee before it become a hive. And you never know like how many bees is hiding out in the bush.
That's good.
Yeah.
So what's some advice for people when that's going on?
Don't be scared to get stung, I guess.
You must have had some honey on your finger, because I always say it's not about why the bear bit. It's not about who poked the bears, but it's why the bear bit.
Yeah.
No, that's not the right thing.
But no, like we kidding. In all seriousness, no.
No, but that's true. Like you made a good point. Sometimes people are scared to check in because my husband tells me after one answer, there's another question. Because I feel like
another question.
For everything you do, there's a why. To me, I feel like it's a why. If somebody out there,
there's a why, there is a why. And then there's a why, there's a why, there's a why.
And in a minute, you'll get down to that seed that they planted that grew that tree. Because it always goes deeper.
But like, okay, so here's the thing though. At what point do you stop focusing on the why
come on,
and then start focusing on the what's next? because,
Mm.
like, yes, we could talk about the why. We could talk about the why, but I don't really believe that's productive. But that's just the way my mind works. Her mind works is I need the why so I can move on. I'm like, let's move on and then build something next. Just like forget about what happened.
That goes back to you having that trash under a carpet and you sweeping it under the throw rug because you done covered it up because you're trying to build. Or
Nah, you just want to get a whole new rug.
listen. So you got a condemned building and it's condemned and it's falling. You listen, you're not following me now. Let's go. You're not gonna take care of the foundation. You're just gonna rebuild on top of that. Why not get a solid, a smooth foundation? So
I mean, I hear what you're saying.
if something is degrading on top of it, I started to go with a wound that you got to get to the bottom of the wound to the fresh meat, but I didn't go there. But something.
Wait a minute, she said the fresh meat.
I mean, you got to get to the wound. But no, but if something is like, you need that strong foundation, so you got to clean up the clutter. You got to clean it up. You know, so that's why the why is important. Because if you're always building, that why is still sitting there lingering. That's still that mosquito. Let us know if y'all don't think so. Give us
Shay is laughing at us in the comments. Like,
but no,
this is everyday.
But no, but yes. So this is why marriage check-ins though is so important because we as much as I wish I had the power to read minds. My kids were writing a superhero book, and that is the superpower they gave me. Because I always want the power to read a mind, because I always want to know what somebody is thinking. I don't know. We are all human, and he is not going to think like I think.
Shay is team.
So as much as I wish I can read minds.
She said Perry thinks like Charles, I think like Tia.
I think it's just me and Jesus. Because as much as I wish I could read them, I can't. So that's why checking in is so important because I will not know what you're thinking, and if I don't know what you're thinking, I'm gonna make up a whole story.
So she do make up a whole entire story.
So I make the narrative. So you might as well tell me so I don't create my own.
Well, okay. So who was that? We saw another video on Facebook. And somebody was like, somebody said their husband called them and asked them how is their mindset today.
Mm-hmm.
And you said, why why don't I do that for you?
Mm.
And I said, but I do. I just don't do it like that. Like that day, I literally just called you just to see how you were doing.
Right.
But I didn't say how her mindset was doing. But again, that's the bee in the beehive because I know that's a trigger for a whole lot of other stuff that's going to come down the pipeline.
See, so when you say how you doing, fine.
But no, I literally called you just to see how you're doing, and you could have told me how you were doing. I mean, you did. You said you're fine.
I probably said fine, but because I know he don't want the beehive, sometimes. So for those of y'all that came to Damascus, I always ask him, do you feel like I need to wear the mask right now, or do you want to know the real right now?
It's not necessarily wearing the mask, but there's a time and place for everything.
So when you ask me the question,
if you was going through something mentally,
you want me to tell you? Okay.
Yes.
That might be a beehive though. I have a whole lot going on in my brain.
I don't even like bees like that. You know I don't. I fought a bee just to come in the house today. And then she had the nerves to tell me that's what I get for being mean.
Charles, my husband overshares. I'm sorry. But yes, making sure, back to the subject, making sure marriage check-ins are important. And the reason I feel like they're important is because of connection.
And the connection is important. That is the C, and I see you, ain't it?
Maybe, but you're giving them a little bit. They don't know what we're talking about yet.
Yeah.
But okay. So right now,
I'm sorry, I can't hold.
But but it's connection. And why is connection important? Where'd you going?
Because connection. I mean, you can't have a current like electrical current without connection.
Okay, help me out there.
Like I just dropped the nugget, I'm gonna walk away.
No.
No, for real. So like, in order to transfer power from one thing to another, there has to be connection. So, and that's all marriage really is. It's just transferring power, transferring energy from one person to the next. When she's low energy, I'm supposed to be the connection that's going to energize her. When she needs to talk, I'm supposed to be the one that's going to receive that energy from her.
That's good. I like that. That's good. That's good.
Like I said, I just dropped the nugget and
And
just
then,
walk away from it.
and then as he said that, okay, so I have a book that I love, and I'm gotta give a shout out to the book, but it's called Atlas of the Heart. Love the book because literally anything you're thinking, anything you're feeling, there is a word for it, and it is in the book. It is words I didn't even know existed in this book, and I think my counselor went to it so much when he was dealing with me that I had to order the book.
So she showed me this book, and honestly, I ain't gonna lie, I was skeptical. I'm like, I don't want this touchy feely book on my desk. You can go and take that. But once I opened it really actually made a lot of sense. Once I started reading it, so I might go ahead and start reading the book. But
So as I was gonna say, because you said connection was energy, right? And actually inside here, and it's by Miss Brand.
look, I didn't even read that. Seriously, that's what.
Yeah,
It says?
and it's by I believe her name is Bren Brown. But its connection is the energy that exists between people when they feel seen. So that's why the check-ins are so important. So it's when they feel seen, heard, and valued.
See, I didn't even read that part before, but
I know.
life experiences will teach you stuff. Go ahead.
It
I'm sorry.
is.
Go ahead, go ahead.
So connection is an energy that exists between people when they feel seen, heard, and valued. When they can give and receive without judgment, and when they derive sustenance and strength from the relationship.
Substance is like something you can eat on.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I was just about. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all why I almost had a problem with that word because I used to call it substance with a P. So I'm just gonna have my kids tell me I'm coming.
What?
Substance. Yep. I used to make it up.
Okay.
Now I realize I used to make up the word. Okay, I'm telling
making
myself.
up words today.
Making
All
up
right.
words. That's why I'm a nurse and not a
Substance
teacher.
and strength from the relationship. No, that's really powerful because you don't want to be in a relationship that's dry. Like you're not getting anything out of. Like God can water any dry bone, but like, what are you bringing to him to water? And that's the thing. A lot of we give all these great tools and nuggets, I guess. But at the end of the day, what are you bringing God to work on for you?
Yes. So that's good. I like that. And but also it says the thing about it is if I'm going to connect to you, if I'm going to tell you my deepest thoughts. I know we're on Marriage to Third Ring, but Monica has a song called Commitment. Love that song, but it and
Honestly, ain't that Spotify code right there?
no, that ain't that. That's
Okay.
something else. But she has a song called Commitment. But it also says, you want to be able to share your darkest secrets with somebody and be able to give and receive without judgment. And then you get something from it and you get strength. You should never be with nobody that's bringing you down. Mm-hmm. Not telling you to run away from your marriage, not telling you to run away from your spouse. If they are bringing you down, just go seek help.
But like I
they
said
might
before,
not know.
like what are you bringing God to work on for you? So you can bring, like even if you're in that position, you're in a dry relationship, that goes back to seeking wise counsel and then making sure that you involve God in it. So bring it to God, let God work on it.
I would even say this even goes to connection, not even with your own spouse, but even in any connection that you get, like even with your friendships. Because honestly, why would you have a friendship or be connected to a friend or someone in your circle that you're not getting anything from? That's not bringing nothing.
And that word friend is used entirely too loosely.
But who? Because I don't.
No, that's she's talking about me.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm just saying. But a lot of people do use it. Yeah. But why is there people that's in your circle that you're hanging with, or that you're going to the council, but you really don't feel like you're getting anything from, or everything you do, they're judging you. Not saying you should have yes men from friends, but I tell my friends, I got friends, they sometimes get on my nerves because they ain't agreeing with what I say, but they don't care because they know if they love me, they're going to tell me the truth. But that's when you can get strength from them, and they shouldn't be bringing you down. So not only is it in marriage, it's in friendships, it is in boyfriend and girlfriend relationships. Anytime you connect with people, and that gives you energy. So just think about that. And so what kind of energy are you bringing? Mm-hmm. Are you getting good energy from them, positive energy, or are you pulling negative energy? Because don't get me wrong, there are some people that you might be pulling that negative energy from as well. So that's one big thing. So that's why connection is so important, because you want to feel seen. You want to feel heard and you want to be valued because that is like that's who that helps with your well-being. That helps with
Hmm.
your self-worth and your self-esteem for those three
Yeah,
things.
that's the push and pull between in any relationship. I mean, if I'm connecting to her and she's not connecting to me, then that's a one-way relationship, and that's not going to work. Um,
And
so it goes
disconnection,
both ways.
yes, and so y'all know disconnection is often equated with social rejection, social exclusion, and or social isolation.
So social rejection. So when I made the video for her and she didn't like it.
What video? No, 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 no. It wasn't even a video. It was, see what I mean? That's why we need another marriage check-in after this because he missed the whole point of it.
Nah, I'm just
But
playing. I got you.
go ahead, finish your
No,
talk.
I ain't.
No, or I rejected him when I left when you were singing in church.
Yes.
Okay, did that make you feel disconnected from me?
Yep.
I'm sorry about that. And guess what,
That
y'all?
was 20 years ago.
20 something years ago, we wasn't even married yet. But but disconnection is often equated with social rejection, social exclusion, and social isolation. And these feelings of disconnection actually share the same neural pathways with feelings of physical pain. So I will tell you
I'm gonna
sometimes.
leave that to the medical professional.
So what it's saying is when you know people when they die of a broken heart, that is actually could be a true thing. And I actually spoke on this one day through a heart health month. But so what it's saying is when you're dealing with those different things and you're feeling isolated, you're feeling rejected, you're feeling um, excluded from things, your body is hurting. It makes your heart hurt. So it actually you're feeling like somebody is stabbing you in your heart. Like if you ever truly have been broken hearted, disconnected from someone that you had a true connection with, you might actually feel like you truly hurt. So it can be associated with physical pain.
And knowing that, I think we should definitely be more careful about how we treat each other,
Amen. Mm-hmm.
consciously and unconsciously, and interacting with each other in the way that they feel that best suits each other.
Yes, and marriage especially, because I'm bringing it back to marriage because that is you became one. So when there is some infidelity, when there is some rejection, because sometimes a husband or a wife can feel rejected in a marriage, that can hurt. That can be brokenhearted and it can make people go into depression, which is a whole nother thing. So think about that. We think about when someone's jumping in your DMs, or think about how easy it is because you were, doing something, so just think about it because people don't care. I got Charles all over my pages. I was like, who is this person in my DMs? I said, oh, no, 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 no. But, and so,
I
yeah.
asked you who it was. She wouldn't tell me.
I did tell you.
It was some random.
It was a random person. But no, but you got to set the, because sometimes people are out there, well, what they say, Satan looks for two and four for who he may devour. So people are out there just to see, you married, but are you happily married? They might say that. And guess what? It might need to be a check-in one day with your spouse. Who's in your DMs today? And then,
Is that what he said to you?
no. Is that no? Like, and so, yeah, the world, Charles is just so random, Jesus. But, no, but it might need to be a check-in with your spouse, or something. Just, not just how's your day, but actually have the hard conversations. Move those big rocks.
Move those big rocks.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm done.
No, I think this was a good session. We had at one point like 15 people on here. So we thank y'all. Shay's been the most vocal. We thank you, Shay. We love you. You awesome. But we thank y'all for tuning in. This is our Marriage Monday. So we're going to be doing this every Monday. So y'all stick with us. Make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you click the notification bell. I don't know where it's at on YouTube, so I'll figure that out. But click the notification. It should be right below the video. Click the notification bell so that when the next time we do go live, you are notified. And then help us grow this channel because we are going to be doing a lot of good things here. And then again, Marriage to Third Ring, mt3r.net. And if you are still interested in the cruise and you have not secured a spot, either comment on the video Email.
I'm not gonna see that video. I'm not gonna see those comments, Bobby. I need to.
I go back and watch stuff. So you comment on the video or email. Please email info@mt3r.net or reach out to us on Facebook or Instagram at Marriage Your Third Ring, and we will see what we can do to make sure you are on the cruise.
Now, one thing I know Charles said we were going YouTube. You know, I forgot what he said. You know, he's a marketing guy. One of the reasons I picked YouTube this time and I wanted to do YouTube was because there's so many people on Facebook, honestly, and random. And my thing is, if people take the time to actually come onto YouTube, because honestly, yeah, if we're on Facebook, more people will see it, more views. But you know, we might put clips on there. But if people will take the time to actually come to YouTube, then I feel like it's more a little bit more interpersonal for those married people and those ones that really want to get something from this.
And we actually started on YouTube.
Like we did. Said,
we have a lot of videos that are already there. We actually did a virtual conference. I broke that up and put that on there, so you can go back and watch those videos because all that is available there too. So
yes. Well, thank you all for hanging out with us. I hope you got some good nuggets. Even if you didn't finish the whole thing, come back, watch it. That's why it's on here. It will stay. And, you know, we'll be back next Monday. So share it with your friends. Let them know. We're going to talk about something. Can't promise you we'll stay on topic, but guess what? It'll be about marriage.
It will not stay on topic.
Charles took me off today, you guys. But we love you all. We're praying for every marriage out there. We want you to thrive. Don't just be married. Don't just look the part, but actually work the part. It is so easy to walk away. It's so easy to give up. But in this time and season, because like I tell you, being married to a whole nother person, and that's totally different than you literally, it's work. And people don't realize this thing be work around here. So I feel like kudos to those ones that thug it out, because it can be, you know, I know he wants to choke me at times. Times I want to choke him, and Dice told me to cut off his beard when he sleeps. But but we still love one another because we do realize that we are stronger together than apart. What'd you say?
I ain't got no feelings this house.
We're stronger together than apart, and we can grow together. So we always say that. Hey, I know we are amazing separately, but when we come together, then we're very dynamic, and so we can make things happen. And God blesses that union.
Absolutely.
And so sometimes you realize it's bigger than you. I'm done. Y'all have a blessed evening and a blessed night. And take care. We love you.
All right. Bye.